Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna everyone, thank you for coming. Blessings of Narayana Mataji. It's a wonderful day for us. Very fortunate that we are all here in this human form of life, and by Srila Prabhupada and Guru Parampara's mercy, especially Radha Vallabh, Jagannath Balaram, Subhadra, Shri Gaunitai's mercy, we are here inside this temple, in the Bhagavatam class. I mean, this is the purpose of human form of life. And if we continue nicely, then soon we'll be back home, back to Godhead. So let us continue our journey of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, reading, studying. We are on Canto 8 and Chapter 21, Bali Maharaj, arrested by the Lord. And today's last two verses. So tomorrow the speaker who is going to speak will start a new chapter, 22. So we offer our humble obeisances to our Guru Parampara, Srila Gurudev, Srila Prabhupada, Shri Gaunitai, Radha Vallabh, Jagannath Balaram, Subhadra, and Prahlad Narasimha, and all the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. We start with Radha Madhav Kirtan. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Yamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Jaya Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Jaya. Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yashodanandana Brajajana Ranjana Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Yamunatira Vanachari Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तुत श्री श्रीमद गुरुदेव की जय जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तुत श्री श्रीमद देवांग्रेस एसी भक्तिवेदांत स्वामी श्री प्रभुपाद की जय इस्कॉन एंड बीबीडी फाउंडर श्री प्रभुपाद की जय जय विष्णुपाद परमहंस परिव्राजकाचार्य स्तुत श्री श्रीमद देवांग्रेस भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी महाराज श्री प्रभुपाद की जय अनंत गुरु वैष्णव की जय नामाचार्य श्री हरिदास ठाकुर की जय श्री गोस्वामी की जय प्रेम से कहो श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर शिवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपिनाथ श्याम कुंड राधा कुंड गिरि गोवर्धन की जय श्री वृंदावन धाम की जय श्री मायापुर धाम की जय श्री नवदेव धाम की जय श्री जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय गंगा मैया की जय यमुना मैया की जय तुलसी देवी की जय भक्ति देवी की जय श्याम वेद भक्त वृंद की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि बोल all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to assembled devotees Hare Krishna all glories to Shri Guru and Gauranga all glories to His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Shri Prabhupada की जय Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya Today we are continuing our reading of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 8, Chapter 21, Bali Maharaj arrested by the Lord. And we are on text 33. So we will continue 33 and 34. Finish the chapter. Vritha manoratha tasya duraha swargaha patiti adaha pratisrutyasya adanena yaha arthinam vipralambhavate vritha manorathastasya dura swarga patati yada pratisrutasya dhanena yo arthinam vipralambate vritha manorathastasya dura swarga patati yada pratisrutasya dhanena yo arthinam vipralambate vritha manorathastasya dura swarga patati yada pratisrutasya dhanena yo arthinam vipralambate vritha manorathastasya dura swarga patati yada pratisrutasya dhanena yo arthinam vipralambate. Anyone else? Vritha manorathasya dura swarga patati yada pratisrutasya dhanena yo arthinam vipralambate. Boys, both of you. Vritha manorathastasya dura swarga patati yada pratisrutasya dhanena yo arthinam vipralambate vritha manorathastasya dura swarga patati yada pratisrutasya dhanena yo arthinam vipralambate. Madajis? Vritha manorathastasya dura swarga patati yada pratisrutasya dhanena yo arthinam vipralambate vritha manorathastasya dura swarga patati yada pratisrutasya dhanena yo arthinam vipralambate vritha manorathastasya dura swarga patati yada pratisrutasya dhanena yo arthinam vipralambate. Anyone else? Last? Okay, vritha, without any good result. Manoratha, mental concoction. Tasya, of him. Duraha, far away. Swarga, elevation to the higher planetary system. Patati, falls down. Adaha, to hellish condition of life. Pratisrutasya, things promised. Adanena, being unable to give. Yaha, anyone who. Arthinam, a beggar. Vipralambate cheats. Translation and next verse, translation purports by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Translation, this verse 33. Far from being elevated to the heavenly planets or fulfilling one's desire, one who does not properly give a beggar what he has promised falls down to a hellish condition of life. So you can repeat translation, responsibility. Far from being elevated to the heavenly planets or fulfilling one's desire, one who does not properly give a beggar what he has promised falls down to a hellish condition of life. Since there is no purport for this, we continue. Text 34. Vipralambo dadanimiti tvaya ham chadyamanina tadvyalika phalam bhunkshva niyama katichit sama. Translation. Being falsely proud of your possessions, you promised to give me a land, but you could not fulfill your promise. Therefore, because your promise was false, you must live for a few years in hellish life. Purport. The false prestige of thinking I am very rich and I possess such vast property is another side of material life. Everything belongs to the Supreme Personality of Godhead and no one else possesses anything. This is the real fact. Isha Vashyam idam sarvam yat kincha jagatyam jagat. Bali Maharaj was undoubtedly the most exalted devotee, whereas previously he had maintained a misunderstanding due to false prestige. By the supreme will of the Lord, he now had to go to the hellish planets. But because he went there by the order of the Supreme Person of Godhead, he lived there more opulently than one could expect to live in planets of heaven. A devotee always lives with the Supreme Person of Godhead, engaging in his service, and therefore he is always transcendental to hellish or heavenly residences. Thus end the Bhaktivedanta purports of the 8th canto, 21st chapter of the Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, entitled Bali Maharaj Arrested by the Lord. Om Ajnana Tibinadasya Gnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurmitamena Tashmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahyam Tadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamasya Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Saitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sagana Lalita Shri Vishakhamvitamasya He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandhu Jagadapate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namostute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vishabhanu Sute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanja Kalpatarubhasya Kripa Sindhuva Evacha Patiranam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhaktavrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, welcome everyone. So we will, before we continue reading this translation and purports, explaining, just a brief of what is happening, especially those who are attending for first time or haven't been able to for last couple of weeks. So what's happening is there is a great person, king. Currently he is a king of the whole universe. His name is Bali Maharaj. And he has acquired this, the whole thing, the whole universe, by his strength. So he went to Swargalok, and Indradev is controlling the whole, like all these managemental affairs. And then, like he's the king, Indradev is the king of all the demigods. So Bali Maharaj, he went to his place, Swarglok, and he acquired that place. So now he is doing, because he acquired by the strength, but then to reach that position, we need qualification, isn't it? Like to get anything in this place, material world, we can't just walk in and act as a dentist or IT professional or lawyer, etc. We need to go through the certain qualification. Some training, educational training. Similarly, he acquired, but then he needs qualification. He needs to qualify himself. So how it works is his guru, the teacher, Śrīmad, he advised him that now the qualification is we need to do these yagyas. Yeah, there is different yagyas, you need to do these yagyas, and he is doing this yagya to become qualified that the position remains. So this 99, as far as I'm aware, 100 yagyas, 99 is already done, this last one is going on, and then Indradev, he feared for his position, naturally. You know, sometimes, especially in our conditioned life, we fear something is going on at workplace, they are sacking all the people, we fear, oh, next is my turn. What will happen? What will happen? If I lose my position, what will happen? And that happens. So, Indradev, he became fearful that what will happen to my position? If he is getting, what will I do? So then he requested that, Lord, please do something. And then of course, Krishna, he arranges. He said, don't worry, I will appear and then I will settle all things. Now, the request was, especially the wife, she requested that I want a son who can kill Bali Maharaj, who can destroy Bali Maharaj. And of course, the father is same, both sides, Daitya and Sura, demigods, the father is same. So the father is perplexed that what should I do? Should I grant this wish? That okay, I produce a son who can kill other son? No, naturally not. So then he advised that better you do this devotional service. And then through the devotional service, Krishna appeared, and that he appeared as Vamana Dev, Trivikrama. And here we have Trivikrama in the form of wonderful Shaligram Sila. He is here towards Krishna. Next. You can have a close darshan. So Trivikrama appeared, Vamana Bhagavan, he appeared. And he appeared as a Brahmana boy. Because he doesn't want to fight with Bali Maharaj. He doesn't want to fight because ultimately his brother, both sides. So he doesn't want to cause any, so he appeared, he accepted that Brahmana. He appeared as a Brahmana. And then Brahmana can beg charity from the king, from the anyone. So then he approached Bali Maharaj that yes, now you are doing this yagya, you are going to give charities to Brahmana. I come and I beg for charity. So then he came, this teacher, Śrīmad, he said, don't give. You know who he is? He is Lord Vishnu himself. Don't give this charity to him. He said, no, I must give because I have taken a vow that I will give charity to Brahmanas and I am inclined to Brahmanas. So I want to give charity. He said, oh, if you are giving, then you are going against this direction or instruction. Now you will go to hell. And then Śrīmad left. Not left, but as such he was there, but then he didn't participate after that in the dealings. So Bali Maharaj says, okay, no problem. And then what was the deal? Vamana Bhagavan, he requested 3 steps. He said, Bali, I need only little land. How much? 3 steps. And then Bali Maharaj, he laughs. He says, oh, only 3 steps? He said, whose steps? Like 3 steps, okay, but whose steps? Is some bigger person or is yours? And he says, no, it's mine. So now he's coming as a batuk. Batuk form means is a dwarf form. It's not like full-fledged, but he's little. Sometimes some people, they have that somehow, due to karma or genetic, whatever, that they don't expand fully. So Bali Maharaj, he said, oh, Balish Buddhi. You have a childlike mentality that you are coming to a king and you are asking only 3 steps, and that is your steps. You are very tiny. So please, beg something which you don't have to go and beg from someone else. And you consider my position. I am such a big king, and you are asking only little tiny, like you go to a nice millionaire, and then you ask for donation, and you say, "Can you give me $10? He say, what a waste of time. He will say to you, no? He may not say out of politeness, but then internally he will feel, and he will talk to his colleagues that, oh, see, such a foolish people. They came, they ask only for $10, whereas I can give thousands and thousands of dollars, right? So then, this is how he was thinking. And then Bhagavan Vamanadev, he explained to him that yes, one needs to be satisfied with what they have. Be satisfied. And this is, if we take this principle in our life will be so peaceful. So peaceful. It's like we just have to accept this sentence deep within our heart. Be satisfied. In whatever situation, be satisfied. You can present your efforts, but then ultimately whatever happens is Krishna's arrangement. So we be satisfied. We have a tiny house, that's okay. We can just adjust. If we go a bigger house, then we have to pay bigger mortgage. Whereas with tiny house, you can pay off the mortgage and live happily. If we reduce our necessities, because ultimately everything will go away, and that's what will happen here, and that's actually is about to happen in next chapter. Everything has to go away, and that's exactly Bhagavan Vamanadev says, that ultimately be satisfied, because things, whatever you accumulate, will have to go. Either these things will leave you, or you will have to leave these things. That's the reality. So, we minimize our requirement. This is the learning with this sentence. Be satisfied. I am satisfied with 3 steps. And so, okay, then, oh, not okay, you take a vow. So then they put Anjali, water, both sides. Both. So the Bali Maharaj, the one who is giving the charity and the one who is receiving charity, both took water in their hands and took a vow. Bali Maharaj said, yes, on this time, and there is a whole mantra you can find out from Bhagavatam, especially when we do the yajna, initiation yajna or any yajna, then we recite 2 things. One is time and the one is place. The whole mantra gives the time as well as place, that at this Manvantara, first starts with Brahma's day. In this day of Brahma, that is 2nd day of Brahma, then this Manvantara, and then this year, this place, this day, this time, I am taking this vow at this location. So then location-wise, we come down from all the way to Brahmalok to here, Prithvi, that is this planet Earth, and then this place. So there is this process. So he took a vow. And at the same time, Bhagavan Vamanadev, he is coming as a Brahmana, he also took a vow that yes, I am accepting this charity. And this charity is accepting in a satisfied mood. Not that he is also seeking that, okay, now I want more and then I will go somewhere else and I will get back more. No. I am accepting their charity for my satisfaction. Whereas the giver is giving the charity for beggar's satisfaction. And this is how it has happened so far. Now what happened is, then this charity was 3 steps. So then Vamana Bhagavan, he expanded himself. He became so huge that in 2 steps he covered everything. Bottom and top, everything is covered. Actually he went all over the whole universe, because if he had said that I have reached Swargaloka, Bali Maharaj could have said, oh, hang on, I didn't see, because you are so huge, I couldn't see how huge your feet, I couldn't see. I'm tiny, you are so big, I couldn't see. So what Bhagavan Vamanadev he did, he went all the way up to universe, the final layer of universe, the last layer of the universe. And then he broke little tiny hole into that. That is Karanajal, causal ocean, water came, and then it went all the way down to Brahmalok. And Brahmaji, he saw Lord's lotus feet and also this water, then he accepted this water, he bathed Lord's lotus feet. We do the Abhishek here. So similarly, Brahmaji did the Abhishek live, real time. He did the Abhishek. And that Abhishek water is coming down here as Gangaji. So this is how we say that Gangaji is originating from the Lord's lotus feet. So this water, causal ocean, Kamandalu, Brahmaji accepted, he bathed his lotus feet, and that water touching lotus feet of Lord Vishnu, Vamana Bhagwan, is coming down. And it's coming down from 7 lokas. And then Bhagirath, Raghu dynasty, Bhagirath Maharaj came and he brought it down to the even Patal Lok. Right? So this is the whole history. So then it's covered. So now they are waiting for the third step. Vamana Bhagwan is waiting for the third step. And he says, okay, Bali, you promised 3 steps. But now, with 2 steps, I covered everything. So where should I put the third step? Before that, he says, far from being elevated to the heavenly planets or fulfilling one's desire, one who does not properly give a beggar what he has promised falls down to hellish condition of life. So this is Vedic injunction. If we promise something to someone, better we fulfill. Right? Or better we don't promise. Sometimes, in our dealings, it happens. So, we have to be mindful, we have to be conscious how we are dealing with, even devotees. You promise to give certain services and then you can't do it. Then you have to be responsible. You make a commitment that, okay, I will do this seva, and then you don't turn up for the seva. You forget. No, better you write down, put in calendar. That, okay, I will turn up, especially for the services, Lord's services. Of course, He is not going to punish such a way. Actually, this appears like a punishment, but then it was not a punishment. It was a blessing, a hidden blessing. We will see. But at least for our purpose, we have to fulfill that promise. Right? And we see this example of promise, fulfilling the promise. Wonderful example is, especially we start with our gradual, we start with ourselves. The husband and wife, they get married, especially if they are getting married as a Vedic way. If you see Prabhupada's time, Prabhupada, he went to West, and then all these people, New York people, they are living a different lifestyle. It's not aligned with Vedic lifestyle at that time, right? And many of them, they are still living that life. But those who were coming to Srila Prabhupada and associating with him, reading with him, like that, getting training, so their lifestyle was different. And Prabhupada introduced, okay, first you get initiation. You start your spiritual journey. At the same time, you have this girlfriend-boyfriend thing, okay, get married. So if you read a room conversation, also transcript, especially the one I was searching, is like April 1972, like that. So in that one, there is a whole Sanaka Das, and then Mataji's name I forgot. But they were getting married. So first, Prabhupada initiated him, Sanaka Das. And then there is a conversation about getting married, like they were getting married to each other. So then Prabhupada, he asked, okay, Sanaka Das, you promise that you will take care of her. You will keep her happy like that. And then to the Mataji, Prabhupada say, okay, you take a promise that you will serve your husband nicely. And of course, that is according to Vedic scriptures, our Vedic culture. Serving husband doesn't mean that husband will rule over her in the sense. But then husband is doing the devotional service under the direction of his spiritual master and the scriptures. Then wife is serving husband, that means she is also taking part in the devotional service. That's the whole point. the promise is given to each other, that you will take care of each other throughout the whole life. And if devotees, if the people are getting married in a Vedic way, then they also promise. I did it as well. Now I have to take care of this promise. Yeah. Actually, brother-in-law as well, he asked me to promise that I will keep my wife happy. Now I have to remember this. We were going out because, you go to a marriage ceremony, marriage. So then husband, what do you call, broom? Not broom, groom. Groom goes, right? So then you go there, and then the last part is so wonderful, if you consider women's life is so compassion and then surrender. We can learn surrendering from women, right? Come on, they have lived whole life, 25 years. Now they are getting married at the age of 28, 30, whatever, maybe. 26 years they have lived with their parents and grown up, and education, nice time. And one day comes that all of a sudden they have to leave. For us, especially for men, we come into this situation at the time of death. We have to leave everything. But for a woman, for a girl, all of a sudden, like halfway through their life, not even halfway through, quarter of their life, all of a sudden they have to leave. And they have to go to unknown territory. How the husband will turn out, only God knows. And especially nowadays, so many divorces are happening. They come here, they have a rosy picture. Oh, I'm going to Australia, a nice husband, he has a nice salary. They come here, after 3 months, they see the paper. What is this? A divorce paper. What is that? Oh, I found someone else at workplace. This is what happens. So they promise that I will take care. So my brother-in-law, he asked me, you promise me that I will take care of her, I will keep her happy. I'm trying to do that. Somehow Guru Maharaj gave me the name Ananda Vardhana. So I will have to fulfill these both promises. But anyway, so that is one promise. And then leading to that promise, there was another promise of who did it? Wonderful promise. And we see the consequences and wonderful Leela. Can you recall whom I'm trying to? It's related to Lord Ram. Who took that promise? The original promise, very heavy promise. Dasarath Maharaj. He gave promise to Queen, not Kunti, Kaikai, yes, Kaikai ji. That, oh, boon. Okay, I will fulfill this promise whenever you wish. And then the time came, mantra, put some words, Kaikai misunderstood, understood wrongly. And then she approached Dasarath Maharaj. Oh, Lord, you promised me these 2 boons. Now I want to take that. Say what? Oh, send Ram to Vanvas, 14 years. And make my son. See, there also, just like a Dhritarashtra says, Mamaka Pandava, my sons and Pandu's sons, what they do at first slok. And here also, she says, my Bharat, you gave kingdom to my Bharat. That my thing is very important. This is something we have to clear from our consciousness. This is Krishna's. And this is what the verse is. This is Krishna's. Anyway, so then Dasarath Maharaj said, oh, okay, I can make Bharat king, that's not a problem. But why do you want Vanvas for Lord Ram? And do you understand what does it mean? Because Lord Ram will go, now Sita Mata, she is so chaste, she is so devoted to Lord Ram, serving husband, she will also go. And both will go, so then Lakshman will also go, because Lakshman is servant of both of them. When Sita Mata came after marriage, then Kaushalya, Kaikai and Sumitra. What's the third name? Yeah? So mother of both Shatrugna and who? Lakshman, yeah. Shatrugna and Lakshman. So she promised that Lakshman, you take care, you serve Sita Mata and Lord Ram as your parents. You become their servant. So Lakshmanji will also go. Do you understand? And if they go, then I will also go. I will leave this body. But Kaikai didn't. She said, okay. So that's why it says, Prana jai bar, vachan na jai. So Dasrath Maharaj lost his life to keep his promise. And then similarly we see the example of Srila Prabhupada. The wonderful example, Srila Prabhupada's life. What promise he did to one particular, incident we see. Very strong promise and he fulfilled, related to Mumbai. Huh? Loudly, thodi. Yes, where? Yes. He promised many years back that to his Radha Krishna, or Radha Govind, I don't know. He promised that I will build a temple for you. I will build a temple for you. And for that, to fulfill that promise, he had to go through so much. At this age, in this condition of life, he practically is like, physically we can see, now is, so old. In this condition, while he is managing all these other temples, he had to deal with this issue. Mr. N, he was not giving, and so much drama, cheating, etc. But Srila Prabhupada said, no, I have promised, I will. And then he built the temple. Of course, and before opening he left, he went back. But then we see another promise, what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita. Krishna says, chapter 18, verse 65. He says, Manmana bhava mad bhakto madhyaji mam namaskuru. Mam evasyashi satyamte prati jane priyoshme. So, always think of me, become my devotee, worship me, and offer your homage unto me. Thus, you will come to me without fail. I promise you this because you are my very dear friend. So this is Krishna's promise. Now, do you think one side Krishna, in the form of Vamana Bhagwan, he's saying this verse. What he says? Far from being elevated to the heavenly planets or fulfilling one's desire, one who does not properly give a beggar what he has promised falls down to a hellish condition of life. So whatever we seek, because we all are beggars, we come in front of Radha Vallabh and we beg. Some they beg what? Artho arthati jigyasu gnani. Some they beg money, some they beg, oh, I want satisfaction from this problem. Some they want knowledge. But if we beg this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, when we chant what we are begging, please engage me in your service. So now we are beggar. Do you think Krishna will not fulfill his promise? That you become my devotee, you think of me, worship me, offer your homage unto me, and then I promise you will come to me without fear. Asansaya, there is no doubt. So this is what Krishna shows the importance of fulfilling the promise. And this is what he says to Bali Maharaj. And then next verse he says, being falsely proud of your possessions, you promised to give me land, but you could not fulfill your promise. Therefore, because your promise was false, you must live for a few years in hellish life. So this is the outcome if we don't. And what is the hellish life for us? Similarly, we promise what we promise, especially those who are taking initiation, Diksha, what they promise. At the time of initiation, Diksha, in front of Agni, in the Yagya, in front of Radha Krishna, and here Trivikrama also come, and then in front of Brahmanas, Vaishnavas, we promise that I will, Guru Maharaj, I will follow 4 regulative principles and chant 16 rounds, minimum 16 rounds. Minimum 16 rounds on Japa Mala. Now, if we take this promise very sincerely and seriously, and this is the conversation happened between Krishna Maharaj and Prabhupada, April 1977. Prabhupada left this world in November 1977, 14 November, and this conversation is happening April 1977 in Bombay. What the discussion is going on, that the Krishna Maharaj, the point was running, and then it was like initiation vows. So he is asking, so Prabhupada, if someone breaks the initiation vow, then, and Prabhupada doesn't, like, because he's so compassionate, he doesn't go in detail, but then he says, what can I do? What can I do? Then I will have to suffer for their karma. I will have to suffer. And then Krishna Maharaj, he says, why you have to go through that? Like, isn't it Krishna says that he will take all the sinful reactions? He says, yes, Krishna can handle, but then the karma is going through me as a guru, is coming to me, and then it goes to whole Guru Parampara, and then finally reaches to Krishna. So if someone doesn't fulfill their promise, then who suffers? Of course, they will suffer, because what will happen? Their mentality will go on material side. They will become inclined towards the material way of life, the way they were living before. And the spiritual master is coming to save them. And then they are giving up this promise. And this promise is a small thing. If we are sincere, Krishna helps. Krishna helps. So, for regulative principle, important point is chant 16 rounds, minimum. If we take this, then we will avoid hellish life. Hellish life means coming here in this material world again. Not necessarily this hell underneath, but coming to this material life again. Who wants to go through the birth and death, old age and disease? I don't want to. It's so hellish. We want to enjoy, but then we have to go to work. 9 to 5, 7 days. And then AI is coming. AI is bringing all the unemployment. So what will happen? People will sit at home. Their brain will go dull. They won't have any activity to do. Recently I have heard, in India the machine is also coming that it can prepare the poha, it can prepare other things. You put all the ingredients and then you turn on the machine, the recipe is already inbuilt, and then poha will come out, the sabji will come out, like that. So then what will we do? How will earn? Of course we have to earn money to run all this, because to run that machine you need electricity, and then maintenance, and the software, cyber threat, etc. So this is hellish life. We don't want to come back here. So here he says, being falsely proud of your possessions. Falsely. Why falsely? Bali Maharaj was thinking, I'm the king of this whole universe now, and you are coming here, you are asking only 3 steps. I am the king, I can give you the whole thing. You ask something better. But he forgot to understand that the Supreme Person of Godhead, Krishna or Lord Vishnu, is the owner of everything. Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, Aham sarvasya prabhava mata sarvam pravartati iti matva bhajante mam yoga mudha samant. Then bhoktaram jagatapsam sarva loka maheshwar. He is the owner of everything. So this is what? False identity or false acceptance that it belongs to me. If we come out from this mentality, what will happen? We will save. You say, okay, you wanted this? Okay, that's good, no problem. But Prabhupada writes that because he was connected with Krishna and because he surrendered to Krishna, later we will see how he surrenders. Next chapter is Bali Maharaj surrenders his life. Because he surrendered to Krishna, then what happened? Krishna, even though he sent him down, but then he was living opulently. More opulence than Swarglok. Can you believe that even if you go down from this planet, then there is a better facility than Swarglok? How can we believe? But this is what Krishna says here. That Prabhupada writes that he enjoyed he lived there more opulently than one could expect to live in the planets of heaven. A devotee always lives with the Supreme Personality of Godhead, engaging in his service, and therefore he is always transcendental to hellish or heavenly residences. So, for us, as soon as we come inside this temple, that means we are now living with Krishna and his devotees. And that's what Prabhupada says. Here outside there is a written statement that we are not living in Melbourne, we are living in Vaikuntha. Right? So what does it mean? That we understand that whatever is there, we be satisfied, and whatever we have, we engage in Krishna's service. Then what will happen? We will be engaged in, doesn't matter where we will live, we will always transcend, we will be always transcendent to hellish or heavenly residences. We don't want Swarg or we don't want Nark. We want Krishna's service and his association. So with that, it's 8:30. I stop here. Anyone has any question or comment? Thank you. Any question? Okay. No? Then Granthra Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Hare Krishna.
Jaya Radha Madhava Punya Vihara